Some men ride the deserts and rewrite the world. A lone British officer joined a revolt, led tribes against an empire, and struck fear into the strongest army of his time. In the sands of Arabia, legend was born, a man, a revolt, a world forever changed. Discover the untold story of Lawrence of Arabia.
Few figures in history blur the line between legend and reality. A man who rode the deserts, inspired revolts, and challenged empires not with armies but with courage, intellect, and daring. This is the story of Thomas Edward Lawrence, known to the world as Lawrence of Arabia, soldier, spy, rebel, the man who changed the Middle East forever. Born in 1888 in Tremedog, Wales, Thomas Edward Lawrence was not destined for the battlefield. He was a scholar, fascinated by history, languages, and ancient civilizations. Archaeology became his first training ground, studying the ruins of Syria, Mesopotamia, and Arabia. He learned to read the desert as others read a book. Every dune, oasis, and mountain pass became a lesson in strategy, survival, and culture. Little did he know that this knowledge would one day turn him into a weapon against one of the most powerful empires of the world. When the First World War erupted across Europe, the Ottoman Empire, ancient guardians of the Arabian Peninsula, aligned with Germany, threatening British interests. Lawrence was recruited by British intelligence for his unparalleled knowledge of the region. Initially assigned to survey Ottoman troop positions, he quickly realized that conventional warfare would fail in the desert. The enemy could not be met in open battle. The key to victory lay in mobility, secrecy, and alliances with the local tribes. Lawrence was about to embark on a campaign that would change history. In 1916, the Arab Revolt began under Sharif Hussein of Mecca. Lawrence quickly became their liaison, advisor, and strategist. He trained tribal fighters, coordinated guerrilla raids, and inspired loyalty among tribes divided by centuries of rivalry. His most famous campaigns targeted Ottoman supply lines, including the daring raids on the Hejaz railway. Lawrence did not just fight. He transformed a ragtag band of desert warriors into a formidable force capable of striking fear into one of the world's oldest empires. Each raid was a psychological weapon as much as a military operation, and each victory added to the legend that would follow him for decades.
Lawrence's genius lay in understanding the desert itself. He used hit-and-run tactics, ambushes, and sabotage to maximize impact while minimizing casualties. He avoided direct confrontations and struck when the enemy least expected. The Hejaz railway, a vital Ottoman supply line, became his primary target. By destroying bridges, ambushing trains, and cutting communications, he destabilized Ottoman control. These tactics were revolutionary for their time, blending intelligence, psychology, and mobility principles that modern guerrilla warfare would later adopt. Lawrence of Arabia is as much myth as man. His own writings, most notably 7 Pillars of Wisdom, crafted a story of daring raids, near-death escapes, and desert heroism. To the Western world, he became a romanticized symbol of bravery and intelligence. To the Arabs, he was a foreign ally who respected their culture, fought alongside them, and understood their traditions. Yet behind the legend was a man grappling with moral ambiguity, political betrayal, and the immense weight of fame. While Lawrence and the Arab forces achieved remarkable victories, the political aftermath was a bitter disappointment. Promises of Arab independence were largely ignored by the British and French, formalized secretly in the Sykes-Picot Agreement. Territories were divided into mandates, setting the stage for decades of conflict across the Middle East. Lawrence, disillusioned, understood that the desert victories would not translate into lasting political power. Yet his campaigns had already altered the trajectory of the region, weakening Ottoman control and ensuring the collapse of a centuries-old empire. After the war, Lawrence withdrew from politics and fame. He sought anonymity, joining the Royal Air Force and later the British Army under assumed names. He could not escape the shadow of his legend, nor the moral weight of the betrayals he witnessed. He spent his final years quietly writing, reflecting, and occasionally advising on military strategy. When he died in 1935, at the age of 46, the world lost a man who had bridged cultures, fought empires, and changed the map of the Middle East. Lawrence of Arabia remains a symbol of unconventional warfare, cultural diplomacy, and individual influence on history. His understanding of people, terrain, and strategy allowed him to reshape the Middle East in ways no conventional army could. He demonstrated that knowledge, adaptability, and charisma could achieve what sheer force could not. The deserts he rode, the cities he influenced, and the legends he inspired endure to this day. Lawrence was not merely a soldier, he was a catalyst, a storyteller, and a bridge between East and West. The world he touched was forever changed, and his story continues to echo across the sands of time. History remembers generals, emperors, and kings, but some men are remembered for their ideas, their courage, and their audacity. Lawrence of Arabia was one such man, a scholar in the desert, a soldier among tribes, a legend that refused to be contained. He rode the sands of Arabia, and in doing so, he rode into history itself.